Welcome, trust builders. I'm Sue Dyer, and this is Lead with Trust, where we explore how leaders can build their business on a foundation of trust and reap the rewards of becoming the top performer in their market. Leaders that understand how to use and leverage trust are uniquely positioned to disrupt their industry and dominate their market. Distrust of businesses and business leaders is at an all-time high. Trusted businesses must have trusted leaders, and your team, your customers, and your vendors are waiting for you to step up and elevate the level of trust in your business. My hope is that this podcast can help you start your trusted leader journey.
Hi, this is Sue Dyer, president of Sudico Trusted Leadership Programs. For some of you, you may even think that, fear kind of works for me. I kind of like my people being afraid of me, at least a little afraid of me. That's how they stay motivated and they do what I tell them to do. But think about it. If you're dictating to them what to do, they are likely to be complying with what you're asking them to do. And that does not mean that they are following you. In fact, that means they are not following you. They are complying. And what I've seen over the years is that people who tend to take this more dictatorial approach to their people, they tend to have 3 levels of resistance that they will hit. And sometimes it's by different people or the level of maybe personality. It could be because of that it's building up over time, which is what I see more likely, that they start off with one and it continues to build. And that it really, so it's a cumulative effect. So let me just share with you what these 3 levels of resistance to a feared leader are. Number 1, people, when you tell them to do something, even if they're going to comply, they hesitate. They kind of stop for a minute. They think about it. They don't feel like maybe this is exactly what they want to do. They may not feel fully engaged. They may not be fully bought into it. They certainly don't take ownership. So they are hesitating. That is the first level. The second level is they actually resist. Like they don't want to do it. They don't fully engage in it. They're still complying, but they're resisting. They're taking longer. They're creating obstacles. They're creating problems. They're not really complying with it. They're slowing it down so that there's just total resistance in doing this. And of course, there's a continuum of this too. There's people who are resisting some to people who are really resisting. And the third level is refusal. Like they just don't do it. Now, some people don't tell you they're not going to do it. They just don't do it. And that is another level of this fear resistance that I'm not going to comply because I don't think this is the right thing to do, or I don't believe in this, or you can't make me. There's a whole gamut of reasons, but all of it comes from being a leader that people fear. Fear creates all of this because if you have trust, then people are going to follow you naturally. And they are going to tell you when they feel like something may not be exactly the best way. So you have this open conversation. So think about in your business, do you have hesitation? Do you have people who are resisting? Do you have people who are refusing? And usually after refusal, they leave. It is kind of the last end. So it kind of progresses along. And some people just stay at one level, but it tends to progress and be accumulative over time. So think about that. Have you lost people because of this? Are you about to lose people? Are you spent all this time, energy, and money, and maybe it's your best people who are about to jump? Now think about it. This is very important because people will be there if they like and trust the leader. Thanks so much for listening.
Hey, I hope you enjoyed today's episode of Lead with Trust, and that wherever you're listening to this podcast, you will subscribe. And if you enjoyed this episode, send it to someone who you think can really use this message that you got today. And also, please leave us a review. Your honest review wherever you listen to your podcasts would be much appreciated. And of course, the more reviews we get, the better they are, the better for the podcast. I'm truly on a mission to get more and more people to understand that trust is the essential element. So I hope you'll be part of that. This show really exists to help you, leaders, to build your business on a foundation of trust so that you can reap the rewards of becoming that top performer in your market. I see over and over where no one can possibly reach the levels of those people that understand how to build a high trust culture in their business. Now, today, if you're really curious about starting your trusted leader journey, you can get started right away if you just take the free Trusted Leader Profile, and you can learn where you fall along the Trusted Leader continuum. And this really can unlock your confidence on where you are and what you need to do. It's very specific on what you can do. Gives you a snapshot of your leadership style. So if you want to take that, just go to www.sudyco.com and then /profile, and you will get immediate access to the Trusted Leader Profile. Once again, that is www.sudyco.com /profile. All right, that's a wrap. I just can't wait to hang out with you again on our next episode.